I want prime beef every time. I don't want any pre-cooked meals. I want at least 5 dishes to go with every meal. How many times are you gonna make me repeat myself?
I'm sorry.
There's only 5 here.
But your money.
Huh?
Trouble Busters!
Trouble busters.
I heard something. What is it? Money? You're trying to say that I don't have enough pay?
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. Don't blame me for you not being good at handling the household money.
Sir.
Right? That's right. You're making me upset.
Yes, I am. I totally am.
You're just a little too stupid and prissy to be doing the household budgeting, huh? Figure out how to be a housewife correctly. Look, one more time. I want prime beef, no pre-cooked meals, and at least 5 dishes every meal. Got it?
Yes.
They say that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Hilarious. I'm the one that has your life in my hands. You better believe you can't survive without me.
If the city guy Caleb says so, he's probably right. I don't know how the world works. My name is Melanie. I'm a 31-year-old housewife. Both my parents live far away. I don't have anyone to call my friend. I only have Caleb, and Caleb is my all. If he throws me away, I've got nothing. I'll wither away and die. I'm sure my parents will cut ties with me since they care about how people look at them. I can't live alone since I don't have any experience working. I only live based on my parents' allowance and Caleb's income. But I can't run away now.
Your husband's that tough on his diet.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta cook 5 dishes every day, huh? Bless your heart. I don't think I could ever do that in my time.
I gotta work hard for Mr. Caleb. He works hard for me, so I owe him.
Girl, I don't know if you owe him like that.
Huh?
I mean, he owes you if you owe him, right?
I receive money from him to live.
But you take care of the house, right?
That's a given.
Then it's a mutual thing, ain't it? Y'all are both supporting each other. Just 'cause he's the breadwinner doesn't mean that he can live without your support, right? A housewife is a tough job. Balanced meal, pretty clothes, a suit, crisp iron clothes, taking care of the little one. The wife is holding down the fort so the husband can go make the money, right?
I guess so.
Heck yeah. What, he doesn't thank you for any of that? Say less. It's no wonder you look upset all the dang time. There ain't no good that comes from feeling like no one is appreciating your hard work. And I know he likes to chew you out all the dang time.
I'm a horrible wife that can't fulfill a single desire of Mr. Caleb. It's normal to not be thanked.
What? I don't think so. I mean, we run into each other from time to time at the market, right?
Yes.
Girl, I see you picking out the best quality groceries. I always thought I didn't do too bad myself, but I think you're better than me. Buying the stuff on sale and worrying about the cost. You remember that stuff better than I know the back of my eyelids.
If we don't, we won't be making it with our income.
Yeah, when's the last time you went to get a mani-pedi? How much does he want to save? You could earn $3,000 a month and still be saving a lot.
What?
What? Did I say something weird?
Miss Taylor? I told Miss Taylor everything that was going on in our kitchen. You could see her slowly start to turn red.
Oh, my Lord, bless his heart. He's got another thing coming if he thinks he can get away with that.
I kind of feel the same way.
All right, Miss Melanie, you ain't got a thing to worry about. We're gonna get your life squared away.
Yeah.
We ain't never gonna forgive him. Trouble Buster.
Hey! What is this cheap meat?
It's the best I can do.
The best? What? Are you just giving up on me?
I can't spend money on things we can't afford. You make $1,500 a month. We can't buy prime steak and make 5 dishes every meal.
That's because you don't troubleshoot enough.
No, I've been trying to make things work as much as possible.
You really think you can evaluate yourself correctly?
I figured you'd say that. I recorded everything that we spent on money on. First, you make $1,500. We lose $670 on rent. Then there's about $150 for utilities, $100 for our cell phone bill, and $60 for the internet. Then there's your allowance of $250. If we only used $10 a day, we would still have to not eat for 5 days out of the month.
What?
If you try to eat 5 meals a day and prime steak every day, we would basically have to eat nothing but lettuce for 3 weeks. If you still want to eat prime steak and 5 meals a day, we can do that. What do you want to do?
What do I want to do?
That's the reality of where we are. You can't lie about the numbers.
I don't care. You've got to be able to figure something out.
How?
You can figure it out yourself.
I've thought about it and brainstormed as hard as I can. I cannot do any better than this.
That's just your own personal judgment.
Then please take a look over here. This is a survey I took from the local free PC corner of the city library. I asked if I could use $250 to cook 5 meals a day with prime steak, and not a single person has said yes.
What?
There's some comments too. Impossible. Stupid question. Of course you can't. That's insane. How dumb are you? You can't get through a month normally with $250. Wives aren't wizards. It's not something you can just figure out. Just some of the comments.
That comment is just a gathering of useless idiots just like you. It proves nothing.
See? I knew you'd say that.
What?
I knew you'd say that, so I also asked a pro who's been publishing ways to save money and has also been on TV for being frugal. The result was that it wasn't deemed possible. What you're saying is both objectively and subjectively possible. It's proven.
That conclusion is not 1,000% correct.
And then you still think you can live just like you want even after I got all these testimonials? Is that right?
If you try, you can.
I see. Then can you prove it?
Prove?
Try coming up with a budget for a month. The same conditions. Prime steak 4 times a month and 5 meals a day.
That's your job.
Normally, yes, but no matter how hard I try, I can't answer your desires. I've proven some objective proof of that. But you still say that I'm not trying hard enough, then please, show me how it's done.
No, you're the one that has to think of the budget.
I said that I can't do that.
That's because you're spoiled and you...
I'm saying prove it to me.
Uh,
You can't? Are you telling someone to do something that you can't do?
I've got no experience as a housewife.
But you still claim it's doable. Then what are you using as the foundation for your argument? Are you just making random claims?
Of course not.
Then by all means.
Ugh.
There's no way, even if you could do all of that with $250 a month, then housewives wouldn't be struggling every month, even if you figured out how to do it. The cheapest prime steak is $30 per serving. Mr. Caleb, you could publish a book, you know. If I buy food like you said, I'll have $1.22 left in 8 days.
Uh,
How are you gonna survive for another 22 days?
Let me think some more.
Okay. I gave him 3 more days, then 4 more days, and he never found any way to make it work. It's just not possible. He said he was done thinking about it 10 days later. I thought maybe he'd finally admitted defeat, but...
I understand that I can't do it. And guess what? It's your fault, Melanie.
What? Why? Why is it my fault?
The meat and the meals. It's not just me. I have to consider cooking for you, so I can't make it work.
Are you serious?
Which means I'm only going to consider my own meal.
That's insanity. What about me?
I'll give you my leftovers.
What?
Besides, a housewife asking for prime steak and 5 meals a day? Yeah, they say that there's no such thing as a free lunch. You just stay at home and do nothing, so you've got no right to eat.
I have no right to eat?
Yeah, that's right. I was just too kind to be feeding someone who didn't need to be fed. And then you wanted me to think of how to budget when I was being kind to you. Who the hell do you think you are? The only reason I've got $250 left to spend is because you're dragging me down. The electricity bill is that bad because you're always here. And the cell phone bill includes you too. If we get rid of that, then we can do it. You're the one getting in the way. So I will be taking your phone and you cannot be at the house unless you have permission. Do you understand?
You really don't watch me, do you?
Huh? What do you mean?
I don't have a cell phone to begin with. Of course I don't. I don't want to waste any money.
You're a liar. You just had a...
This is a smartphone that has no contract. Look, there are no bars. This was just being used as a camera.
Then how do you explain the electricity?
I'm only home when I need to be. Other than that, I'm at a local community center, the park or the library. I'm your wife. I want to make your dreams come true. I do what I can to shave off what's necessary, but it's not enough. I wanted you to think about budgeting and figure out for me, but... Right. I'm in the way, then there's no point in me being here.
What are you doing?
I'm leaving this house. You don't need me before we got married.
I will make you happy. No matter what happens, I'll protect you.
Those words were a lie.
That's...
I'm going home to my parents' house now.
Ugh.
Thank you for everything.
You're running away! You cheater! It was my mistake for making you my wife, you useless freak! Don't ever come home, you food thief! Why can't you do what I told you to do? What can you do? The reason I only make $1,500, the reason I can't eat what I want, it's all because of the house and other things. Everyone just drags me down. I'm a human too. I make mistakes, but so do the other guys. Why do I have to be labeled useless?
I went to a nearby payphone and had my mom come pick me up after telling her what happened. My mom looked at me and said I tried my best. I can't be with Caleb anymore. My heart was broken into two and I could not pour love into him anymore. 2 weeks later.
I'm sorry, Melanie. Please come home. I'm begging you. You hurt my daughter and you have the gall to show up here?
I can't have my daughter around you anymore. I thought that you could make her happy, but being around you, she's only been getting the worst treatment. Leave!
I'm sorry, Melanie. I'm so sorry. I realized as soon as I was alone, I was so horrible to you.
I see. Then use that experience to make sure that you don't do it again for your next wife.
My next wife? What are you talking about, Melanie? There is no next. You're the only wife for me. Come on, let's go home.
It's too late. I can't.
Why? I've been apologizing.
It's too late. Why didn't you say it sooner? You knew that you couldn't do prime steak and 5 meals a day. But you didn't admit that you were wrong. You continued to attack me. You said that I was the reason for everything.
That was just me not being calm and...
But the words that you let off definitely rung through me. I stopped caring about you from the moment you said that you didn't need me. I could try to remember how it felt to love you if I just forgot it. But you can't bring back to life something that's disappeared. Go home and don't ever show up around me again.
But are we...
Divorce. I don't need damages or my half. I just want you to get away from me.
Please, I'm begging you. If I were alone, I thought I could do it if I were alone. You're such a pitiful man. If that did work out, what would have happened to Melanie? That's
your fault. I can hear you saying that right now.
That's not true. I love her, so I'm right here. If you cared about her at all, why didn't you come sooner? I wanted to think about how to be forgiven.
You're a liar. You just lost all your money and now you have nowhere left to go.
When I was there, you at least had 3 meals a day, but from the way you look, I guess you haven't been able to eat well now.
No, this was just because I kept thinking about you. How horribly I treated you. Then I couldn't eat anything and... Then why didn't you come right away? Because I was thinking of how to apologize.
The more time you take to apologize, the harder it gets to really get along again.
I was too hungry that I couldn't even think about that.
Too hungry?
I thought you said you were too guilty to even be hungry. That's...
Let's just stop. The more I hear your excuses, the worse it looks. I know you came here because you couldn't eat well, so you wanted me to feed you, not because you felt bad. Am I right?
No, that's not true. Explain how it's not true. That's...
I kept asking the same thing to him, but he just kept saying,
It's not true. That's not true.
like a broken record. We couldn't have a coherent conversation, so we chased him away and I got a divorce. At first he kept saying that he wouldn't do it, but then I said that if I had to go to court, I'm going to make sure that I sue him for legal fees. That bluff made him give up pretty quick. I mean, he only made $1,500 a month, so I guess he wanted to avoid anything that costed extra money. I was ready to tell him that I couldn't prepare him a prime steak and 5 meals a day, but I could provide him special meals for special occasions. But he said that I wasn't enough, so the suggestion was destroyed. One little phrase or statement is enough to cut ties with someone. Make sure you be humble and thankful for your partner. Troublebusters.